The Middle East is defined by a stark paradox, a region of ancient history grappling with cutting-edge technology. It's a land of deep-seated conflicts and complex alliances, where the balance of power is constantly shifting. Iran, with its vast arsenal of thousands of ballistic missiles, stands as a major regional power. These missiles represent a significant offensive capability, a threat that looms large over its neighbors. Facing Iran is Israel, a tiny but heavily fortified state. Despite its small size, Israel possesses a formidable defense system and a highly capable military. Iran's arsenal is built for saturation, a strategy designed to overwhelm enemy defenses through sheer numbers. It's a calculated approach designed to overwhelm any defense by sheer volume, hoping that some projectiles will find their mark. On paper, Israel looks vulnerable, a small nation surrounded by potential adversaries. But this is misleading, a superficial assessment that fails to capture the true picture. Israel is one of the most technologically advanced fortresses in history, a nation that has invested heavily in its defense capabilities. With every square kilometer shielded by layers of defense, Israel has created a multi-tiered system designed to intercept incoming threats. Decades of preparation have turned its small size into a strength, allowing for a highly concentrated and efficient defense network. This allows for a tightly integrated rapid response network, capable of reacting swiftly to any perceived threat. The real question isn't just about numbers, about who has more missiles or more soldiers, but whether Iran's massed missiles can break through Israel's multi-layered shield, a complex and sophisticated defense system. This is a contest of brute force, a test of whether quantity can overcome quality, versus precision, a battle between overwhelming power and pinpoint accuracy, where even a small margin of error could be catastrophic, with potentially devastating consequences for both sides. The world watches with bated breath as this drama unfolds, knowing this isn't just a regional standoff, a localized conflict between two nations. It's a test of modern warfare itself, a glimpse into the future of conflict. The stakes are enormous, with the potential for widespread devastation. A single miscalculation could destabilize the entire region and beyond, triggering a chain reaction of events with unforeseen consequences. The paradox of Iran's offensive power and Israel's resilience, a clash of ideologies and military strategies, is the fulcrum on which the region's fragile peace rests, a delicate balance that could easily be shattered. The outcome will shape not just military doctrine but also the future of warfare itself. But the future of the Middle East, a region that has been at the center of global affairs for centuries. Iran's missile force is the largest and most diverse in the Middle East, built out of necessity and ambition. With thousands of rockets and ballistic missiles, Iran can strike Israel in minutes and replenish its arsenal quickly, sustaining a prolonged campaign. Its proxies, Hezbollah, the Houthis, add more launch points, complicating Israel's defense. Iran is also developing hypersonic missiles, aiming to outpace and outmaneuver even the most advanced interceptors. The strategy is simple but deadly. Launch so many missiles that even a 95% interception rate leaves enough to inflict devastating damage. Israel's answer to the threat of missile attacks is a sophisticated, multi-layered defense system. At the base of this shield is Iron Dome, designed for intercepting short-range rockets and artillery shells. Stepping up in range is David's Sling, engineered to neutralize medium-range missiles. And at the highest tier, the Arrow system stands ready to intercept long-range ballistic missiles, even those carrying nuclear warheads. Each layer of this integrated system forces incoming missiles to run a gauntlet of interceptors, increasing the chances of a successful interception. This makes a successful strike on Israeli soil far from guaranteed. But Israel's strategy isn't solely reliant on defensive measures. Its air force, equipped with advanced stealth fighters, and its Jericho ballistic missiles, a key component of its strategic arsenal, widely believed to be nuclear-capable, form a powerful deterrent against any potential aggressor. Any attack on Israel risks a swift and devastating counterstrike, targeting critical military and infrastructure assets within Iran. This dual posture, a robust shield and a formidable sword, means any potential conflict would be far from one-sided, and would carry immense risks for all parties involved. Israel's multi-layered defenses buy crucial time, but its offensive power ensures any aggressor contemplating an attack faces potentially existential consequences. The result is a tense balance of power, where both sides are acutely aware that any escalation could quickly spiral into a catastrophic conflict. The ever-present threat of overwhelming retaliation remains Israel's ultimate guarantee of security. A full-scale war between Iran and Israel would almost certainly and very quickly draw in the United States, given its long-standing alliances and strategic interests in the region. The US would rush to resupply Israel's interceptors, providing crucial support to bolster its air defenses. They would also provide early warning intelligence, enhancing Israel's ability to detect and respond to incoming threats. But its own bases across the region, vital for projecting power and maintaining stability, would be at immediate risk from Iranian missiles and the actions of its proxies. Any attack on American forces could turn what was a regional conflict into a direct and potentially devastating US-Iran confrontation. The economic fallout on a global scale would be immediate. The Strait of Hormuz, a vital artery for global oil transportation, would quickly become a war zone, disrupting shipping and trade, sending prices soaring to unprecedented levels. The world economy, already fragile, would feel the shockwaves rippling through financial markets, pressuring all sides toward, or potentially further away from, escalation, depending on diplomatic efforts. US involvement in any capacity raises the stakes significantly, acting as both a powerful deterrent against further aggression and, paradoxically, a potential amplifier of the conflict's intensity. A wider war has the potential to destabilize the entire Middle East region, drawing in even more powers, both regional and international, and unleashing widespread chaos. The American factor in this complex equation is both a shield, offering protection to allies, and unfortunately, a potential spark that could ignite a much larger conflagration. The greatest danger isn't just missiles or defenses, it's human nature. Wars often start from miscalculation, pride, or leaders trapped by their own rhetoric. In a crisis, the pressure to appear strong can override reason, triggering a chain reaction. Israel's nuclear arsenal, though unacknowledged, is the ultimate deterrent. Any existential threat could provoke a last-resort response. The real risk is escalation, a limited exchange spiraling into all-out war with catastrophic consequences. This isn't just a technological duel but a contest of wills, egos, and survival instincts. The question isn't whether Iran can destroy Israel, but what happens when both sides are willing to risk everything.